Have you ever noticed something strange? You can sit in a dark room, heart racing, watching a terrifying story unfold. And yet, you don't turn it off. In fact, you lean closer. You know the story will scare you.
Fear is supposed to protect us. Imagine one of your ancient ancestors walking through a forest hundreds of thousands of years ago. A sudden sound comes from the bushes. The body reacts instantly. The heart speeds up. Muscles tense.
When a scary story begins, a small almond-shaped structure deep inside your brain called the amygdala becomes active.
But something interesting happens next. Another part of the brain steps in, the prefrontal cortex. It quietly reminds you, you're safe.
Long before humans built cities, they sat around fires beneath the night sky. And so stories emerged.
In many ways, horror is curiosity wearing a mask. You are afraid to know, and yet you desperately want to know. People are not chasing fear itself. They are chasing mastery over fear. The experience becomes rewarding because they survive it.
The monster changes. The fears remain. A creature in the dark is frightening because it represents a thing hiding in the darkness is not what keeps us listening. It is the fact that, despite being afraid. And perhaps that is why scary stories feel so powerful. They allow us to explore the unknown without entering it. Because beneath every ghost story lies a deeper question. What is hiding where we cannot see? Humans are obsessed with that question. Dark forests, deep oceans, abandoned buildings. The places that attract us most are often the places we understand least.
Fear and curiosity are surprisingly close relatives. Both pull your attention toward uncertainty. Both ask the same question, what happens next?
That tension creates an irresistible force. The story keeps pulling you forward, even when part of you wants to look away.
But this is not the full story, because not everyone enjoys fear equally. Some people love horror, others avoid it completely. Why? Part of the answer lies in personality. Research suggests that sensation-seeking individuals often enjoy intense emotional experiences. Then there are people who experience something even stranger. They enjoy fear during fictional experiences, but dislike fear in real life.
The ending matters. The relief matters. The return to safety matters. Without that, fear loses its appeal.
And this brings us to an unexpected contradiction. Many scary stories are not really about monsters. They are about us.
The most disturbing stories often expose human fears hiding beneath the surface. Fear of isolation. Fear of losing control. An alien is frightening because it reminds us how small we are. A creature in the dark is frightening because it represents uncertainty.
The story becomes a mirror, and what we see inside it can be more unsettling than any monster. Perhaps that is why scary stories never disappear. Technology changes. Civilizations rise and fall. Empires collapse. But humans continue telling frightening tales. Because the fears evolve with us. Every generation creates new monsters. Yet somehow they all point toward the same ancient questions. What can harm me? What do I not understand? What waits beyond the edge of my knowledge?
And perhaps the deepest question of all. What does it mean to be vulnerable?
Fear reminds us that we are living creatures. Finite creatures. Creatures that can be hurt.
Creatures that do not know everything. For all our intelligence, all our technology, all our achievements.
A simple story can still make our hearts race. A few words, a shadow, a sound.
And suddenly the ancient animal inside us wakes up. Maybe that is the real reason we love scary stories.
Not because they frighten us, but because they reconnect us with something old, something buried beneath modern life.
A reminder that deep inside every human mind lives a creature shaped by millions of years of uncertainty. A creature that learned to survive by paying attention to danger. And perhaps in a strange way.
Every scary story is a conversation with that ancient part of ourselves. A safe encounter with the fears that help build us.
So the next time you feel your heart racing during a frightening story, remember something.
The fear you are feeling is older than language, older than civilization, older than history itself. And maybe the strangest part is this: the thing hiding in the darkness is not what keeps us listening.
It is the fact that, despite being afraid, we still want to know what is there.
We are wired to seek the edges of our reality, to test the boundaries of our courage. Inside a story, the danger is simulated, but the emotional triumph is completely real. Our ancestors passed down their caution through genes, but they passed down their curiosity through art. Every thumping chest in a dark theater is connected to a thumping chest around an ancient fire.
We do not run from the shadows anymore. We build screens to project them on.
In the end, horror does not teach us how to fear. It teaches us how to survive it. We are the daughters and sons of the survivors, the ones who listen to the dark.
So embrace the racing pulse. It means you are adapting. It means you are alive. Our biology hasn't forgotten the wilderness. It brings it to life every time the lights go out. To feel terrified yet entirely safe is the ultimate luxury of modern consciousness.
We create monsters because the real world is too complex to fight with bare hands.
Fear is not our enemy. It is our oldest, wisest guardian angel wrapped in scales and fur.
Every nightmare is just a dress rehearsal for a reality we hope we never have to face. If fear is the lock on the door of the unknown, curiosity is the key we use to turn it.
Thousands of years later, the campfire has changed, but the listeners remain exactly the same. We are bound together by the stories that make our skin crawl and our minds wander.
So listen closely to the dark. It has been trying to tell you who you are for a very long time.
Because we are the species that looks into the abyss and asks, what happens next?
यहाँ सीन 61 से सीन 80 तक के मास्टर एनिमेशन और लिप सिंक प्रॉम्प्ट्स बिल्कुल लगातार, टाइट स्ट्रक्चर और बिना किसी फजूल स्पेस के दिए गए हैं।
Our survival wasn't just luck. It was the product of millions of years of paying attention.
The brain is a complex machine, always running simulations to keep us one step ahead.
Every shadow on the wall tells a story that our instincts already know how to read.
We seek the thrill because we know the safety net of our reality is just a thought away.
The stories we share around the fire are the very things that bind our tribe together.
A whisper in the dark can be more powerful than a roar in the daylight.
We are compelled to look, even when every instinct screams at us to turn away.
That racing pulse isn't a sign of weakness. It's the rhythm of our ancient survival.
We push ourselves to the edge of the unknown, just to see if we can stand our ground.
Take a deep breath. The monster in the story is only there to teach you. Our ancestors live on through the very fears that keep us alert tonight. Conquering an imaginary threat gives us the strength to face real uncertainties. Modern life is safe, but the mind still craves the wild fields of the past.
Fear is the silent guardian that watched over us before we even had words.
When we gasp together,
we remember that we are part of the exact same human family.
Every question we ask in the dark brings us closer to the light of understanding.
The campfires of history may change, but the magic of the storyteller remains eternal.
Do not look away from the dark. It is where our deepest curiosity is born. Listen to that ancient voice inside you. It knows exactly how to keep you safe. Because we are the keepers of the fire, always searching for what lies beyond.
Our reactions today are a direct echo of choices made hundreds of thousands of years ago.
Fiction gives us a safe playground to wrestle with the things that terrify us in reality.
The lessons we learn from imaginary monsters are often the ones that save us from real dangers.
We don't just fear the unknown. We are utterly transfixed by the beauty of its mystery. Every chilling story is a secret code passed down to keep the next generation alive. The fire keeps the cold away, but the story is what truly keeps the darkness at bay.
To look into the dark and still find the courage to speak is the ultimate human trait.
Your racing pulse is telling you a story of survival that your body already knows.
We have been traveling through the dark for ages, guided by nothing but our curiosity.
Fear is not a wall that stops us. It is the shield that keeps us safe on the path.
The voice you hear in the dark tonight carries the weight of 1,000,000 ancestors. Every time you finish a terrifying tale, you conquer a piece of the ancient wild. We still gather in circles, seeking the exact same thrill that kept our ancestors awake. Trust the instinct that makes you look twice at the shadow. It is there for a reason. When we face our monsters together, they lose the power to tear us apart.
That sudden chill down your spine is just an ancient signal saying, "Stay sharp." The monsters might change shapes through the centuries, but our guard never drops.
We don't listen to stories to learn about danger. We listen to remember how to overcome it. So turn the page, watch the screen, and let your ancient self explore the dark.
Because deep down inside, despite the fear, we are the ones who always want to know.